Welcome back to English Classes Online. I am your host, Benjamin. Today, we are diving into a topic that often confuses English learners, passive voice. We will explore when and how best to use it effectively in your communication. So let's get started. Section 1. What is passive voice? First, let's clarify what passive voice is. In passive voice, the focus is on the action and the recipient of the action rather than the doer. For example, instead of saying, "The chef cooked the meal," in passive voice we say, "The meal was cooked by the chef." Section 2. When to use passive voice. Now, let's discuss 10 scenarios where using passive voice can enhance your communication. Scenario 1. Emphasizing the action. And this is when the action is more important than who performed it. For example, the experiment was conducted. This is often used in scientific writing when the focus is on the experiment, not on the scientist. Scenario 2. Unknown doer. When the doer is unknown or irrelevant, then of course passive voice becomes quite useful. For example, my wallet was stolen. We don't know who took it, and that detail isn't necessary. You are not looking at anyone that you suspect. You are not focusing on any suspect, but the fact that your wallet was stolen. Scenario 3. Formal writing. In formal writing, such as reports or academic papers. For example, the policy was implemented to improve efficiency. This sounds more objective and professional. Scenario 4. Avoiding blame. When you want to avoid assigning blame, then you can use passive voice. For example, mistakes were made. This softens the impact and doesn't point accusing fingers. Scenario 5. Creating a mysterious or dramatic effect. When you want to create a sense of mystery or drama, then passive voice is necessary. For example, the door was opened slowly. This draws the reader in, making them curious about who opened it. So you create suspense in your writing. Scenario 6. Highlighting results in business communication. When reporting results in business context, it can be useful to focus on outcomes rather than the people involved. For example, the project was completed ahead of schedule. This emphasizes the achievement rather than who completed it. Scenario 7. Legal and official documents. In legal or official documents, passive voice can lend an air of formality and neutrality. For example, the contract was signed by both parties. This keeps the language official and straightforward. Scenario 8. Storytelling and narrative techniques. In storytelling, passive voice can create suspense or intrigue, as we earlier hinted, but let's give more examples. For example, the treasure was hidden for centuries. This builds curiosity about who hid it and why. Scenario 9. Academic writing and research. In academic writing, especially in research papers, passive voice is often used to emphasize the process of findings rather than the researcher. For example, data were collected from multiple sources. This focuses on the research itself, which is crucial in scholarly work. Scenario 10. Instructions and guidelines. When providing instructions or guidelines, passive voice can help create a clear and straightforward tone. For example, the application must be submitted by the deadline. This emphasizes the action required rather than who should do it. This brings us to section 3, tips for using passive voice. Before we wrap up, here are a few tips for using passive voice effectively. Number 1, use it sparingly. Too much passive voice can make your writing sound weak. 2, always consider your audience. Sometimes active voice is clearer, so you need to consider your audience and the purpose before you decide whether to use passive or active voice. Number 3, mix it up. A combination of both voices can make your writing more dynamic. Thanks for watching. Now you have a better understanding of when and how to use passive voice in your writing. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more English tips. Let us know in the comments if your favorite example. Let us know in the comments your favorite example of passive voice. See you in the next class. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you